hypnotic dance. She holds me here with only a glance. She's over me. She's over me. Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing tonight? How are you? I can't hear anything. Can you?
I hear it.
Done?
Yeah, I hear
You hear it through your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I don't hear anything, so I got nothing coming back at me. But as long as you can hear me, Don, that's wonderful. Yeah, I got literally nothing in my own ears. That's strange. Keep cranking. No, that's all the way, isn't it? Yeah. That's strange, ladies and gentlemen. I can't hear much, but as long as you can hear me, I guess that's all that matters. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Are you there?
Reminds me of a song by, who is it, Missing Persons? Can you hear me?
That's right. That's right. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Wednesday night. I'm running deaf in my ears. Can't hear a thing. So I can just put these down, I guess, because they're not helping me at all. I'm not sure why, but just continuing to go on here. Just trying to work with a new board. So obviously there's still some ghosts in the machine, as it were, but that's normal for here in the portal. That's how we roll. But anyway, welcome to our Wednesday holiday fest, pre-Christmas, pre-holiday, whatever it is you observe fest. That's what we're doing here tonight. Should be a blast. Now I hear myself. What'd you do?
Well, now mine cut out.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's strange.
Well, now it's back.
Okay.
So this is mine. That's yours.
Huh. All right. Well, I can hear me now. That's always good. I don't know if I'm too loud now. Tune that down just a little bit. All right, folks, we're getting it all figured out. This is
Oh, wow. Now I can't hear me.
I hear you fine.
Okay. Well,
It's just going to be dodgy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, the headphones are plugged in.
I don't know.
Seriously. It's like Aussie's doing tech support.
Tech support, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Is it plugged in? That's like the first question.
Yeah, you're fading in and out, actually.
Yeah, I am. You are too.
Yeah, so that's just kind of weird.
It is. It's all weird, folks, but, you know, in trying to configure anything like this, there's so many levels and layers and pieces and parts and so many things that are interworking with each other. So let me do this. Is that any better? No. That does nothing, does it? Nope. That's weird. But I don't know. We're going to keep tweaking as we go. Let me try this. Hold on. Let me do this. Because, see, there's all kinds of stuff to look at here.
See, that looks good. That sounds good. That sounds good for you, at least.
Let's just do this. Let's turn off mine. Okay, is this any better? This is all better.
That is much better, yeah.
I'm taking off all the processing whatsoever on
there
our
you go.
voices. Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's probably a noise gate.
That's what it is.
It's probably a noise gate.
Yep, I should have. I'll turn it back on at some point. But yeah, now I can hear perfectly. Okay,
yeah, that's what it was.
This is just the.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
You lost your button privileges now for the night. Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, of course, to entertain you, and I hope you are entertained. But this is our holiday fest. This is our 2-hour celebration prior to the holidays, and a chance for us to get together with you, obviously talk to paranormal. Obviously, we're going to, later on in the show, in the second hour, we're going to do some call-in paranormal quizzes to give away some T-shirts. So I hope you guys will take part of that, right?
Yep.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. We're looking forward to it. We are absolutely looking forward to doing that with you guys. And so we will get into that in hour number 2. So don't go away for that. The phone line should be working. I don't know.
I love the way you say should be.
I know. It's just because I don't know. I don't know if they will be or not because we haven't tested those yet. So, is Static Guard here? Farm, is he here? Yeah, he is. The phone lines are working though. 720-923.
Do you have noise? Do you have noise coming from you?
What?
I'm not hearing any noise from the phone.
Nothing. No, it's not doing anything. Done.
Yeah, it sounds good. That was my point.
Oh no, not that. I just mean because Carlton always helps us test call-ins.
Mr. Bounce.
Yeah, Carlton's always like this. I swear he's got us on speed dial. It's portal time.
Oh, there's Cha-Cha. Hi,
Yeah.
Cha-Cha.
Oh, there he is right there. Hello, everybody. Okay, so this is Carlton. Let's see if we can see him.
Oh,
See if we can hear him. Rather, are you there, Carlton?
I am here. How are you guys?
Woo! Keep talking.
All right, testing 1, 2,
Excellent.
3. The Paranormal Portal. Opening the portal and closing the noise gate. Whoop, whoop.
Okay, keep talking. Can you keep going, buddy? I want to keep having you.
Okay. Keep talking. I'll keep going. I'll just talk onward. I'm pretty good
Sweet.
at blabbering. I was able to do it for my show a few times and fill in the blank spaces. So I'll just
Okay.
keep talking until you tell me to shut up. or you
It's
mute
time
me.
to shut up. All right, let's do that.
Okay, shutting up.
No, that was great. Thank
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Because you just made
By
sure
the
to
way,
test.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say thank you so much because you just helped us verify. The phones are working, and I just verified that I don't need the USB connect, which is a whole nother thing, which I thought I needed. So
thank God for new boards.
I swear to God. Now, Carlton, tell me, can you hear this? Can you hear that?
The cricket? Is that a cricket?
That's
It
a
is.
cricket,
Sounds
yeah.
like a
It
cricket.
is. It is. Now,
Yep.
let me see. What else can I test here? Because I don't know what I can test. Well, I'm sure we'll test it more as time goes on. But thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that you, we missed each other the other night when I wanted to test this, but I did get some of it tested. So, but thank you for calling in, Carlton. I appreciate it.
Good.
And, I'm sure
Glad to help.
we'll hear from you sooner or later through the
Hey,
show.
if you... Oh, for sure. A couple things I want to say real quick. I'm sorry about the mute kidding last week. I realized after I put that in that you were going to take that seriously. I was like, oh shoot, that's not. He's going to think I was just kidding around about you tapping on the microphone. And then the other thing I wanted to say was, if you want a more realistic cricket sound, you can I can share a video or a sound clip for you from my greenhouse for one of my
There
crickets.
you go.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, send it on over. That'd be great. I need all the real crickets I can get. After all, I'm working with Don here.
Oh, jeez.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Carry on with the show.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling.
Talk to you later, bud.
See you now.
Not a problem.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, very cool. That's awesome. Hey, we got the greatest friends, of course. But we are going to do some giveaways in the second. Well, it's not giveaways. It's paranormal quizzes. So definitely don't go anywhere. Stick with us for the whole 2 hours because it's going to be worth the wait. But I hope you all are ready because it's time for the show. Yeah, that's what it was. We got it. We're sorting it on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. So you are not only are we celebrating the holidays with you right now in our 2-hour paranormal fest, but we're also troubleshooting live. It's such a portal experience. Oh, Jesus. Let me get back to the camera because I guess I should introduce my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Hey, everyone. How you doing? How you doing?
Now, I got more buttons to do, so I got more to focus on here as we're going. But yeah, it looks good. I think your levels are coming across good too, right?
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah.
Everything's metering about the same. So I am just thrilled. I am just like a kid in a toy store here. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
But
Oh, Jesus.
quit hating, Don.
I mean, I'm just jealous.
Don't hate me for my buttons.
Je-
All right, folks. So
just being jelly.
don't be jelly. It's all for the portal. All right. So we are going to move on to our next segment, which is the news. All right, everybody, welcome, wake up, welcome, and wake up. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are around the world. No, wait, that belongs to our friend, Mr. Chris Gio. We got some news here for you today. What is it? I don't know. Let's see what I find here on the news fest, though. That's the one we did read. PPNN? Yeah. I did. I changed it. I changed it. I think that was Carlton suggested.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah. Carlton suggested the Paranormal Portal. Paranormal Portal. I was going to do NN, but I didn't because I just didn't want it to be so big or have to shrink it so small to fit into that lower third there. So I didn't want to lose the chat as well. So, but yeah, I'm always refining the show. You guys actually help me a lot with that because you bring new ideas to the table and it really helps me to dial it all in. So thank you guys for that. Makes every day a little better. Oh yeah, I already read that. All right, let me move on to another page here. All right, I'm just
wow.
flying by the seat of my pants here.
And something who would be what?
Well, here's an article that's coming from unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like a good one because, of course, there is the Son Goku of China and or is that Japan? Which one is it that has Son Goku? Or they're like the whole legends of the monkey men. But these also could be Bigfoot. But let's check it out. This is from the China region, or Singapore to be more exact. And what it says is, monkey man caught on camera in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually from the 21st. Wow.
Nice.
This is brand new. Now, if you're looking on your screen, you should be seeing what I'm seeing. And that is it's not a bad picture, really, all things considered. Because it's clearly a silhouette. So this may very well be a Yaren. This may be a Yaren. It says, what is this creature? A photograph of an alleged Bigfoot-like creature that was spotted in a forest has been doing the rounds online. It says, Bigfoot legends can be found all across the world in Singapore, which is said to be home to the elusive Bukit Timah Monkey Man, or BTM, BTMN for short. Okay. They got to have their own acronym, is no exception. Believed to wander the forest of Bukit Timah region, this tall bipedal hominid has been sighted several times over the last few years, and now it's even been captured on camera. The image, which shows the dark outline of the gorilla-like creature, was taken by Alfie of the Night Raiders. What? Wow, it sounds like a rock band. A group that explores locations around Singapore under cover of darkness. This year, one of our equipment specialists, Alfie, followed a rival group for a mission and also to test his paranormal equipment in this particular jungle. A Facebook post about the incident reads, during that particular night, he witnessed BTMM and our specialist managed to capture in a split seconds. Okay. It's not the greatest English, but he said BTMM this time is really huge. BTMM is another type of mystery creature called Bigfoot. Some people say it's a folklore, some say it's a jinn, evil spirit. But is this really evidence of an unknown creature, or is there more conventional explanation? You can view the picture in more detail below. Well, there it is, sure. That's pretty good, though, I got to admit. That is... now, could it be pareidolia? Sure, it could be, or pareidolia or pareidolia. However that's pronounced, but I think I will click on it. Let me do this. Can I? Well, how does this work? Where does it turn into a hand or click more below? I guess is that from their Twitter? No, it's Facebook. Let's see if I can get it to open and we can see a little bit better about what's going on here. This is their Facebook page for the Night Raiders, which again is a Singapore-based group. Holy lag, Batman. There we go. All right. Let's look at these pictures. And wow, that's pretty tragically small.
At least it's not tragic.
It was actually bigger on that other side.
It was, yeah.
So there's an image of it. Here's what are we looking at here? I don't know what we're.
The full picture.
I don't know if is this dark silhouette what they're talking about. Maybe, I don't know. Let's keep looking. Oh,
what? There it is. Yeah, popped right out, didn't it?
It did. What?
Yeah. No, that's that. No.
What are you thinking?
No.
That's like the exact same image.
but it did not pop out like that. I don't care if you put a red circle around it or not. It doesn't pop like that.
You saying it's a hoax, Don?
I'm saying it's not the same picture.
Okay. It's not, because it's a second picture. But
No, I mean, but it's not the same. It's the
no,
exact same
no,
exposure.
yeah, it's like they're trying to highlight it.
Yeah,
But it's not been. There's no contrast change. There's no brightness change.
Right.
It's just suddenly there's this
it's just all of a sudden there.
this silhouette. Yeah,
Yep.
that's that is kind of suspect. I got to admit, because that's exactly the same framing and everything. You look at this tree up in the corner, or any part of this image, you just line it up with your eye. There's not even a shift. It's just exactly the same image. So it does look like this is an overlay, that
Yep.
this is some kind of edit.
Yep.
Because there's not a change from one frame to the other. Even the leaves don't move as I'm switching from one to the other. There's not even a moment or motion.
It's cropped. It's cropped vertically, but that's just cutting some off.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
just
adding-
trim the edges
yeah.
a little bit. That is exactly
And
the
then
same
that,
image.
They put that red dot, that red circle around it. And
The
it
orange?
doesn't- Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't change the contrast. In
No.
The picture.
No, I think you're right. Unfortunately, I don't think that's real either, Don. I don't think that's an actual
think
capture.
That actually looks like my ex-girlfriend. Thank you.
That's pretty creepy. Into the dating world of Don Longbeard. That's disturbing. But that's obviously some tapestry, and then the bouquet monkey Tima monkey man. Okay. I don't know what this is either, but apparently, yeah, I don't know. I'm
No.
honestly I'm disappointed, because I think they took an image and edited this on
Right.
this figure and just trimmed the edges like Don said, because there's absolutely no difference between this image and this one, other than the edges are cropped in a little, but everything stays perfectly centered. It doesn't change at all, except for that figure being there or not being there.
It's
I'm
not
just
there.
leaning in. It's just not
It's
there.
Not there.
Yeah, no, that's an addition. I think it's a scam, folks. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that, because I want this to be real. I really do. I want them to capture real images and stuff,
Right.
but this isn't it, unfortunately. And I'm, sorry, sorry that that's the case. How in the hell did I get this huge
Oh,
Facebook thing cooking?
no.
Is this an F11 thing? Yep, there we go.
So,
Okay.
Pharmacy says he used the dating app Beard Match. Thanks.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's unfortunately not real.
YTFP Chris says it's real fake.
You are right. That's what's unfortunate. It did look, at first blush, it looks like it's really could be something, but then, when you look at it in the actual Facebook post,
Yeah.
no, I think that's definitely an addition. It's an artist mock-up on that image, and it's convincing in and of itself. In and of itself, that looks
They
like
should
it
have
could be a
just not-
capture.
They should have just left that as the only picture there.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done it before and after, because there's obviously the same, or at least taken a second picture
Yeah.
and use that for the other one.
And a slightly different.
It could have been
angle.
hoaxed so much better than it was. So
Are you saying you could do better? Is that what you're saying?
I think I could
you
in
could do
this
better,
case.
yeah.
In this case, I think I could do better. I think I might be able to, but I would never do that because it's just not my nature.
Well, that's not.
Yeah.
We were talking about this last week too. About people who want to be famous for debunking or famous for
Creating. Yeah.
creating, and this is obviously somebody trying to create.
Yes.
But I mean, it's so obviously, in my opinion.
Your opinion is valid here, sir, just for the record, because every opinion is valid in the paranormal. And yeah, I really would love for that to have been legit, but unfortunately, it's not.
No.
Now, here's an interesting article also from unexplainedmysteries.com, and this says, "Is our galaxy filled with dead civilizations?"
That's an interesting question.
It is, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's bring this up and have a look at this. And it says, a new study suggests that most alien civilizations may have already destroyed themselves. What? Well, that's interesting, though. Because what if we found some of their stuff and reverse engineered it and created a technological age of our own? Oh, wait, never mind.
And then blew ourselves up with said technology. Gee.
See Mars.
Exactly.
It's possible. It's possible. It says a new study suggests that most alien civilizations may already have destroyed themselves. Finding evidence that we are not alone in the universe has been a lifelong pursuit for many astronomers, despite the task being akin to searching for a needle in a haystack. I don't think it's quite that simple. But now, though, a new study written by 3 physicists from the California Institute of Technology, as well as one school pupil, has put forward the rather unfortunate conclusion that most of the intelligent alien civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy will have most likely destroyed themselves long ago. So that's kind of interesting, Don, because, and I'm going to continue reading this, of course, but it seems that they equate the advancement of civilizations with their technology. Mm-hmm. There's a tipping point.
Right.
Like no matter what, most civilizations would destroy themselves because they could, and would not survive to propagate further. And I think that that's a pretty unfortunate summation of the possibility of life. But anyway, let's continue. It says, the research involved a combination of modern astronomy and statistical modeling to calculate the emergence and destruction of intelligent civilizations over time. The study has effectively produced what could be considered to be an updated version of the famous Drake equation, a formula created by astronomer Frank Drake and popularized by astronomer Carl Sagan, which attempted to determine the number of intelligent extraterrestrial civilizations in our galaxy based on multiple factors such as the number of planets that form and how many of these develop life. Since Carl Sagan's time, there's been lots of research. Since study co-author Jonathan H. Young, especially since the Hubble Space Telescope and Kepler Space Telescope.
Wow, there's an S in there.
Telescope.
Drink.
My palate's really dry. We have lots of knowledge about the densities of gas and stars in the Milky Way galaxy and star formation rates and exoplanet formation, and the occurrence rate of supernova explosions. The study authors ultimately determined that any civilizations that do exist today in the Milky Way galaxy will be relatively young, with most of the older ones having already wiped themselves out. They will also be situated mainly among a band of sun-like stars approximately 13,000 light-years from the galactic core. Given that we have no idea how long it might take any given civilization to destroy itself, however, it would be fair to say that there is still a significant margin for error with these findings.
You think?
Yeah.
Significant, they said.
Yeah, significant. It could be absolutely false completely. That does not quantify it as scientific fact, folks. So it's very well possible that they are out there and doing just fine. And it's also possible that they already ran their course,
right,
and we're just left picking up the pieces. But interesting.
I know how that feels.
Sounds like my relationships. Thank you. All right.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be a long night, folks. Thank you. All right. Yes, thanks. All right, let's continue on here. Let's continue on. Don, you're sitting too close to those buttons. I can see a rearrangement necessary in the studio. All right, but that's interesting. It's a tragic possibility that maybe most civilizations are, destined to destroy themselves. But I guess, who knows? It's just a bunch of hyperbole, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, hyperbole. I just like using big words, folks. makes me feel smart. All right, interesting article all the same. Let's go back to our news clip here, and I'm going to just see if there's anything else that needs to be... What? Oh, my God.
What now?
Well, it could be, I guess. There's another leaked UFO from
Oh, no. I
the
remember
Pentagon.
that, yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah, we talked about it. Maybe it's a different one.
This one, yeah, the other one was like an
this is a
Iron
different
Man or
one,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so, folks, this is another article, mysteriousuniverse.org. No, this is, what is it? Unexplainedmysteries.com, sorry. And it is leaked Pentagon UFO, a Batman balloon. We did cover this. That's right. We did talk about this because what were they saying, Don? It was like a cube shape or a square shape.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And we were like, God, that doesn't look very square.
Right. When it was first appeared, they were like, well, yeah, it's this cube thing. It's like, no, that's not a cube.
So could that be a Batman balloon? Huh. A recently distributed image of a UFO captured from a U.S. fighter jet may have another rather mundane explanation. The photograph, which emerged earlier this month, was reportedly taken by the backseat weapons systems operator of an F-18 fighter jet using their personal mobile phone somewhere off the east coast of the United States in 2018. It shows an unidentified silver shield-shaped object that's unlike any known conventional aircraft. Labeled unclassified for official use only, the image was consistent with other leaked reports about an unidentified silver cube-shaped object that's spotted hovering motionless over the ocean. But is this really an official photograph of a UFO, or is there some other explanation? Keen to get to the bottom of a mystery, amateur sleuths on social media have spent the last 2 weeks analyzing the image and scouring the internet for possible answers. It wasn't long before someone found something that seemed to be identical in shape to the mystery object, a novelty Mylar Batman balloon. You can check out the promotional image for the product below. Could this be a perfect match? While some remain convinced that it is, others aren't so sure, noting that the small helium balloon would have been next to impossible to photograph from a fighter jet using a mobile phone at 35,000 feet. What do you think? Has the mystery been solved? Whoa, that is a good match, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good match.
Yeah.
I don't know the size of this balloon, but look at it in the sky. That really does look pretty convincing.
Yeah, so here's the original. This is Popular Mechanics that I'm showing you right now.
Yep.
And this is the original picture, which is exactly the same. So, yeah,
it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. So it's not an exact match.
No, but it's close enough.
It's close.
I could go with that answer.
Yeah, I mean it's really very, very close, and I think if it's close, you got to go with it. I mean, 1, 2, 3. Well, no, this could be.
Yeah, that could be.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
It might be. Yeah, it might very well be, folks. This could be exactly what it is, which is good. I mean, as much as I hope people are capturing actual UFOs, I have to admit that it's most likely Batman. But there you go, folks. That is the news. I hope you've enjoyed this segment of the Paranormal Portal News Network. And now we will return to our regularly scheduled program. Welcome back, everybody, to the normally scheduled program that you tuned in for tonight. I think those are kind of cool. Those articles are cool. A couple of hoaxes though tonight. I mean, I don't think the balloon was intended to be a house. I think they just really didn't know what the hell they were seeing.
Yeah, I don't see that as a cube, and we even talked about when we first read it. So.
Right. Yeah. How anybody ever identified that as a cube? I don't know, because that is not cube-like. It's more, like they said, shield-like. It does have that shield kind of shape.
Right.
But looks like a Batman balloon. So mystery solved. Boom.
Oh, that's what you need. You need like Scoob or something programmed into one of those. Oh, Scoob.
Like, yeah, Scoob. Yeah. I'll have to find some sound bites for the second bank. Oh, that's cool. So that's part one of our journey tonight. We got through the news. What's next, Don?
I don't know. Do you want me to read some of what I got?
Yeah, I thought that'd be a good opportunity.
Sure. I was looking up, for some reason, somebody mentioned some ghost lights to me earlier today. Oh. And so I thought, you know what? Let me pull some of that up.
Let's pull some of that up.
So let's do this. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, not that one. Dun, 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 dun. Hey. Okay, so anyhow. Ghost lights. Believe if you dare. In folklore, ghost lights are strange lights seen over swamps and bogs, but we're more sophisticated today, aren't we? I seem kind of hollow. It sounds kind of hollow.
Oh, Don, you sound full to me.
Yeah, full of poop.
Keep talking.
Keep talking. Oh, that we'll see now. See, I got a little tinny echo in there.
Okay, hold
so. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm gonna turn off the noise gate.
So ghost lights used to be called will o' the wisps.
Will o' the wisps. Yeah.
They were weird glows over swamps or bogs. Nowadays, people report strange lights in the sky in all sorts of places. Some were more famous than others. The ghost lights closest to me are in the desert, like Davis Mountains near Marfa, Texas. But you can also see them in Browns Mountain of North Carolina.
Marfa lights, yeah.
Or other places in North America. I still sound really tinny.
I gave you the big bottom, brother.
I need more bass. Drop that bass. There are modern, very ordinary explanations for these lights, yet people still love to try and spot them. Follow the links below. We're not going to follow the links below. I'm going to just read some of these things. Ghost lights in history. In English folklore, the will-o'-wisp was thought to be a distantly viewed lantern or torch carried by fairies or other mischievous spirits. These ghost lights were said to recede if travelers approached them, so that the bone-tired wayfarers were drawn farther and farther into the bogs. Our modern day... What the heck? I got to do something about this computer. Our modern day pumpkin carving at Halloween is associated with this old tradition and story. Will-o'-the-wisps and jack-o'-lanterns meant the same thing in Old England. Turnip lanterns, sometimes with faces carved in them, were made on the festival of Samhain, which took place around the same time as our Halloween, a time when fairies and spirits were said to inhabit the night. Remember, Halloween comes this time of year when the nights are growing longer. We're in electric light era, and we don't fully appreciate the primal fear appreciate the primal fear to be had from this daily increased darkness. It's said that turnip lanterns were used to light one's way outside on Samhain night. The lantern might have represented the spirits or otherworldly beings. Of course, there's so much more sophisticated than that today, aren't we? The Marfa lights. Well, we are, plus we have cars. Oh, goodness. So nowadays, people travel long distances to seek out ghostly lights in the sky. A famous example in my area are the Marfa lights. They've been observed in the sky near the tiny and remote West Texas town of Marfa for many years. I saw them on my first visit to the University of Texas McDonald Observatory in the late 1970s, while standing outside at night on a catwalk one of the large telescope domes. An astronomer pointed them out, two unmoving lights, a brighter one and a fainter one above the horizon, in a place where no stars should be. Reports from other eyewitnesses are much more elaborate than my sighting. Supposedly the lights are brightly glowing, basketball-sized spheres, shining in many different colors, hovering at about shoulder height, or sometimes people say they shoot around rapidly in any direction. Or they appear in pairs or groups. Or they might divide into pairs and merge, disappear, reappear, and sometimes move in patterns that seem regular. The town of Marfa loves them, and they place highway markers indicating where onlookers can pull over and watch for the lights. Poppyblogger.com has a nice account of family viewing the Marfa lights. After several driving delays and a huge gas shortage we finally arrived in Marfa past dinner time at night. From our kids' perspective, Marfa is a big draw, of course. Marfa's big draw. Gosh, why so many? Do they use Oxford commas or do they use commas? To make things interesting, I brought a professional digital camera and a tripod. Thank you. And took time. You're going to get your button pushing things.
It's a new toy.
To make things more interesting, I brought professional digital camera and a tripod and took time-elapse images of the Marfa lights from the observation deck where everyone normally sees them. If you look at my undoctored photos, you will notice a red light surrounding the other brighter lights. They all appear to be around the same size, but what's interesting is that the white lights surrounding the red ones clearly have some movement. For the record, I don't believe there's anything magical or alien related to the lights, but I do find them interesting, especially knowing that many experts and some documentaries have studied them and no one knows what they are. Where to go to see the Marfa lights? They're said to be seen typically south U.S. Route 90 of East U.S. Route 67, 5 miles to 15 miles southeast of Marfa.
Marfa, maybe.
Marfa.
That's why they call them the Marfa lights, maybe.
That might be true, but it's 15 miles southeast.
I was just waiting for an opportunity. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, boy. Best thing to do is go to Marfa, Texas, and ask. Well, anyone. Marfa is only an 8-hour drive from the city of Austin if you don't stop for lunch. And if you do stop for lunch, I recommend La Familia in Junction, Texas.
They do a nice drop for somebody.
Exactly.
I
wonder if they got paid for that. I had
Great minds. Great minds.
Waiting for that one to come up.
I'm just sitting here. Are you done?
Skeptics' explanation for the Marfa lights.
Oh, yeah.
The most credible explanation is they are simply car headlights seen from a great distance and distorted by temperature gradients. Critics of this explanation quickly point out that people have been reporting sightings of the Marfa lights for over 100 years, since before there were cars.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Brian Dunning of the podcast Skeptoid disagrees, saying, well, apparently the Marfa lights have not been around all that long after all. The earliest accounts come from a rancher named Robert Ellison in 1883. However, upon closer inspection, it appears that there is no actual record that Robert Ellison ever saw such a thing. There are reports from his descendants that Ellison said he saw lights, but there was no written record, not even when he wrote his memoirs about his life in 1937. Curious that he would leave that out. Apparently, all evidence that the lights exist prior to the arrival of automobile highways in the region is purely anecdotal. There you go. From Blue Ridge. Okay, so the Brown Mountain lights.
Sure.
From Blue Ridge Parkway near Brown Mountain in North Carolina, people sometimes say they see mysterious red circular lights. An early account of them dates back to a report by a fisherman in the September 24, 1913 Charlotte Daily Observer. He saw, this is what he saw, mysterious lights seen just above the horizon every night. That's what he saw. That's literally all of it. Skeptics' explanation for the Brown Mountain lights. A USGS employee, D.B. Stewart, later studied the area and said that the fishermen had seen train lights.
Train lights, of course.
Brian Dunning of the podcast Skeptoid agrees. On the other hand, in 2016, a scientist and an engineer, Daniel Canton and R. Lee Hawkins, both at Appalachian State University, announced that they had video evidence that the Brown Mountain lights, and then there's a video there.
Oh, okay.
They said, try the overlook at milepost 310, the Brown Mountain Overlook, and 301, Green Mountain Overlook, and from the Brown Mountain Overlook on North Carolina Highway 181 between Morganton, North Carolina, and Linville, North Carolina. Additionally, good sightings of the Brown Mountain lights have been reported from the top of Table Rock near Morganton, North Carolina. One of the best vantage points is Wiseman's View, is about 4 miles from Linville, North Carolina. At the best time of the year to see them is September through early November. So there's some information on some ghost lights.
So how could people be seeing train lights from all those different vantage points?
Yeah.
And I don't think they're all train lights.
Right. Well, and a lot of people don't. Well, I guess they've changed over the years. You know, I mean, whether it be one light or two lights or three lights. But modern engines have three lights. They're in a triangular pattern, two on the bottom, one on top.
Right.
So that's the most common configuration of those types of lights on the front of most power engines.
Absolutely. Wow. Very cool.
There you go. So, I mean, they wouldn't move. They would just come closer or go farther away, but they wouldn't move,
right.
In contrast to themselves.
Yeah, those must be just some amazing trains, Don.
Yeah, no doubt. Like from Star Wars,
Right. Yeah, incredible. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that segment. That was wonderful. Perfect. I suppose I should have been looking at what I was going to do after that, huh?
Well, gosh, did you get caught not looking?
No, I'm always looking. I'm always looking. I got a few things pulled up here, of course, one of which is an article by our very own Brent Swanson. And I brought this one out because I think it's great that on our Wednesday shows, especially since it's we have the ability to have a visual show. Mm-hmm. He did an article on March 25th, 2019 in mysteriousuniverse.org of mysterious historical paranormal photographs. And as any enthusiast of the paranormal should know, these are like some of the staple ghost photographs that have been around forever and still are largely unexplained or can't be explained. And there's some spectacular captures here. Some of these I've actually used in promotionals for the show. So I'm going to read this to you guys, and this is from, again, mysteriousuniverse.org, brought to you by our very own Brent Swanson, who wrote all of this, and should be good. Oh, that felt really good. Did you hear my finger snap?
No.
Okay, so I don't know, my finger's just been aching all day long, like, ow, something's going wrong. And I just stretched it and went, and now it feels perfect. It's like, oh, must have been a tendon giving me hell. All right, just thought that was interesting. Sorry, I get really sidetracked. So let's read this article and see what you guys think about these possibilities. Do I sound too loud?
No, you sound fine.
Okay, all right, I'm not too loud. Okay. Do I got big bottom, Don? It's one of the audio settings.
Is that what it actually says?
Yeah, it actually says big bottom. Yeah. So
big bottom Dawn.
I said I was giving you big bottom. It meant that should make your tone nice and rich.
Oh.
So there's something else we can
about
try.
Me is rich.
Well, that's for sure. All right, so let's continue. All right, whatever. All right, I'll give you this one. Okay, there you go. Is that better? All right. It said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I suppose there's a time when that was true, but in this day and age, photos are often only worth the effort someone put in to touch them up and alter them. With the dawn of digital photography and the digital manipulation such as Photoshop, you never really are sure what you're looking at. Yeah, in fact, that monkey man is probably one of them.
Yep.
Our technology has allowed us to show whatever we want in a photograph, to mislead and deceive, and whereas once a photo could be used as evidence of something real, this has certainly changed with the evolution of technology. That certainly can be felt in the world of the paranormal, where the ubiquitous presence of photo trickery has made photographs of little use at all, with cries of fake or Photoshop immediate, and no one sure whether to believe what they see anymore. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a time when pictures were captured on real film with negatives that could be examined, and there was no CGI to muddy up the waters. When a photograph could be reasonably relied upon to be an accurate representation of what it showed. Here we look at some of the most famous photographs of the paranormal from the golden era before Photoshop and CG manipulation to a time when photographs could still be mysterious. Our earliest photo here dates all the way back to 1919, the year in which a mechanic with the Royal Air Force named Freddie Jackson was killed during World War I aboard the HMS Daedalus, when he was hit by an airplane propeller in a tragic freak accident. 2 days later, his funeral was held and his squadron gathered for a group photograph of the ship, or on the ship. When the photograph was developed, it was noticed that amongst them, standing behind the 4th Airman from the left, in the back row, was the faint yet unmistakable image of Freddy's face, as if he were joining in the photo op, even from beyond the grave. The mysterious photo has been accused of being a hoax in later years, but it certainly is creepy and ranks among some of the best historical ghost photos. And here's that image, folks. And where did they say? From the 4th Airman from the left. Oh, yeah. Is it this guy right here? It's right in here. That's the image, and this is a close-up of it. So, and apparently, according to the people that knew Freddy, this is what Freddy looked like. So,
but if Freddy wasn't there, there'd be a big hole there, and they don't look like they're bunched together enough that I don't think there'd have been that big of a hole.
No. Look alongside this guy's face.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's right on the edge. It's just
I gotcha.
as if he's peeking from behind this guy's head.
Yeah.
So you only see
I've
half.
seen this picture before.
Yeah, it's been around for obviously forever. But when you look up ghost photos, this is one of the classic examples. But it really is curious. Man, that's pretty wild. Excuse me. Sorry. Also related to the war is a photo that begins with the tale of two seamen named James Courtney and Michael Meehan, who served as crew members aboard the SS Watertown in December of 1924. They tragically died while cleaning a cargo tank when there was a gas leak and they were overcome by the lethal fumes. They were given an honorable burial at sea, but this was just not the last photo anyone would see of them. In the following days, many of the crew aboard the ship, and even the captain himself, saw the ghostly faces of the dead men hovering under the waves. On one occasion, the faces were so clear and distinct that a photograph was taken of them, and although it could just be an illusion, there seems to be two very clear human faces visible in the photograph. The photograph was found to not have been tampered with in any way. So, what are we looking at here? And there's the faces. That's creepy. Now, I will say that it is possible for, in a dark room, to expose the negative. So I can't say that this kind of trickery wouldn't be possible, but those are some pretty compelling images. That does look like two faces.
The one on the left looks like Edgar Allan Poe.
This one? Yeah. Was there a raven involved?
Nevermore.
So, yeah, that's pretty wild. It's kind of a creepy tale, though. I guess this followed them for days. They kept seeing it for days.
No, somebody says something about double exposure. No, that's not a double exposure.
No, but you can dodge light in controlled light onto a negative and create the visage of somebody. But that is pretty. I mean, it's actually very perfectly matched in the high spots and the dark spots to everything else. So. It was very well done if it is a fake, but apparently it's been researched and is not, according to those who claim to know. All right. Another classic, not all, historic ghost photo was taken in 1936 by some photographers from Country Life magazine. They'd recently been taking pictures of the 17th century Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England, and at one point, photographer Captain Hubert Provand was preparing to take a picture of the grand staircase on the premises when an assistant saw a ghostly figure come gliding down the stairs. The photographer himself had not actually seen it, as he'd been too absorbed with setting up and taking his photo. But when the film was developed, sure enough, there was a white spectral figure of what looks like a veiled woman in period clothing. Interestingly, the hall is said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman named Lady Dorothy Townshend, who died here of smallpox in 1726. And it is believed that this could be an actual photograph of her spirit, and it has been shown that the photograph was not tampered with in any way. So whether it shows a ghost or not, the so-called Brown Lady has become one of the most famous ghost images there is. And this is one I've used on our own promotions.
Yep.
And that's a hell of a capture. And I remember now, I tell the story of me being into the paranormal, and I would go to my library and look at every book that I could, which is literally a small shelf. I mean, it was a small shelf in a small town library, so I didn't have a lot to work with. But one of them was ghosts, ghosts. And I remember seeing every one of these images so far that we've covered tonight in that book as a kid, and just being blown away, like, oh my God. So these stories are as old as my peering into the dark worlds and try to figure what the hell's going on. I mean, these are classics. And again, there's no digital, there's no photoshopping. This has been around longer than that. A rather creepy and perhaps lesser known photograph of an alleged ghost was taken at a cemetery in 1947 by a Mrs. Andrews. The woman had been taking a picture of the grave of her dead daughter. No one else had been there, yet when the film was developed, there appeared to be what looks like a spectral child sitting atop the grave. Making it even spookier is that Mrs. Andrews claimed that the figure was not her daughter, and in fact, no one she recognized at all, meaning that if it is indeed a ghost, then it was that of an unidentified child from one of the nearby graves. The child in the photo was never identified, and it remains a rather unsettling photograph, ghost or not. Look at that. Wow, when was that from? 1947. Wow, was that a capture, huh?
Wonder if she lives anywhere near Roswell.
I don't know. I don't know. That is really wild. That's a hell of a capture, because I mean, you can even see this child is looking at that camera.
Yes. And I like how you can see through it. She's spectral in the sense that you can see through it. You can see the edge of the grave as it goes behind her.
Right.
So, and it's not her daughter.
And it's not her daughter, because so the easiest thing would have been for her to go, I know it's my daughter. She's still there showing me she loves me. But the curious thing is, you're right. It's not her daughter. So right. Why did this spirit choose to appear?
She's visiting. They're having a slumber party.
Yeah, or she was the only one visiting the cemetery, and it got a little boring. But yeah, having a slumber party.
Let's go play with her. She looks like a good lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, check this out, lady.
Yeah. Hey, here I am. Can you see me? That's so tragic. See, the heartbreaker for me is that, are they these little gentle spirits that are just wandering? And if so, what a crime. What a horrible thing. Because they should have been brought home. That's so sad. From the 1950s comes another quite widely known supposed ghost photo, allegedly taken at the Texas home of the Cooper family on the day they moved in. On this day, Mrs. Cooper, Grandma Cooper, and both children had a family photograph taken with them sitting around a table. At the time, it was just a normal family portrait rather, and there was really nothing odd about it at all, but the family was shocked when the film was developed and seemed to show a spectral form seemingly falling down from the ceiling above, as if it was hanging by its legs. The photograph has been open to much criticism since it was the first made public in 2009, with theories including that it's actually a modern, clever fake, or that it was actually a ghost of a previous owner. Another idea is that it's simply an example of an anomalous-looking double exposure, but the debate rages on, and it's become one of the most well-known ghost photos, despite the questions swirling behind its authenticity. Right. And this is, I think you talked about this one night.
Yeah, we've talked about that several times.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. I mean, it's a weirdly framed photo. I will say this, as I do photography from time to time, and I've been, to college for photography, and I find the framing of this image really peculiar. Because if you were centering on these people, you wouldn't include all of this extraneous dead space.
Right.
It's definitely not following the rule of thirds.
Grandma's head would be more up to the left corner.
Yeah, you'd frame
centered, it. Yeah.
I mean, unless they were trying to capture the place settings, which is fine, but you wouldn't have all of this.
Yeah.
This dead wall space. Yeah. It's curious, but this is really freaky.
Well, you got to remember, this was before the days of zoom photography too, though. But they would be more centered still.
You would think so, but the other thing that is bizarre, and this I think was raised by somebody else, is like you've got two little kids sitting there, and not one of them is going, "What's going on with that guy?"
Yeah.
And not that they don't see it, but that if there was really somebody hanging there, do you think they'd be looking at the camera so well behaved? they'd be all distracted by whatever was going on here. Yeah, so it is really curious. It could be very legitimate, I think. I just find it very oddly framed for a photo.
Yeah.
From 1959, there's also the iconic photo typically labeled the back seat ghost. Oh, this one's a good one. Taken by Mrs. Mabel Chinnery in England. At the time, her and her husband had been at the cemetery, and Chinny took a picture of him sitting in their car. As with many of these other stories, when the photo was developed, They were shocked to see a mysterious figure sitting in the back seat when no one else had been in the car at the time. What's more, the figure was claimed to Mrs. Chinnery's claimed to be, I think, Miss Chinnery's mother, Ellen Hamill, who died very recently, and incidentally, whose grave they were at. The resulting image has been picked apart and debated for decades, with believers insisting that it could not have been faked or the result of double exposure, a reflection in the window, or camera tricks, while skeptics say that it's exactly what it is, saying that the picture of the husband in the car could have been taken over a photograph of Hamill from when she was still alive, taken on the same roll of film. A very good skeptical breakdown of the infamous photo can be seen here, which I'm not going to bother with because we're not about debunking. However, the backseat ghost photography is still very much discussed, with many insisting that it's the real deal. What do you think it shows? Well, there's a hubby just sitting there while the wife goes to the grave, and there's the purported image of the mother whose grave they were visiting. Wow, that really is something.
She just wanted to go visiting.
It's like, let's go grab a bite. Very wild. Okay, next one is really famous too. Moving on to the following decade, we have another famous photo. This taken at the Church of Christ, the Consoler, on the grounds of Newby Hall in North Yorkshire, in England. In 1963, a Reverend K.F. Lord was visiting the church and took a picture that turned out to hold a rather haunting figure in it when exposed. The picture itself was of an altar, and in the picture, a towering spectral robed figure can be seen lurking off to the side with some sort of mask or shroud over its face. The photo has been debated quite a lot and is suspected of being a hoax, as it looks very staged, but no one really knows for sure. Yeah, this is one I remember seeing as well as a child. And what a haunting figure. Now, What I've heard also is that according to the measurements of the altar and the stair and everything, this apparition would have had to have been about 7 feet tall.
Huge.
Yeah, it's like 7 feet tall. So I don't know. That's creepy. It's just very peculiar. What is it? I don't know. It certainly looks like a ghost to me, and I do believe ghosts can be captured on film. So I think this very well could be a very valid capture. And you'd like to believe that if somebody dedicates themselves to the cloth, that they'd be at least a little bit of integrity in there. So.
Right.
I don't know. It says also in the 1960s is one taken by a Reverend Ralph Hardy at the Queen's House section of the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England. Hardy had been visiting the location in 1966 from his hometown of White Rock, British Columbia, and had been taking many photographs of the historic place. At one point, he snapped a picture of a spiral staircase called the Tulip Staircase, and at the time there was nothing amiss. He would not be until he had returned home when a friend pointed out the blurry figure in the photo that appears to be climbing up the staircase. Well, Hardy was rather startled because he was certain there had been no one else there at the time he had taken the photo, and the original negative was subjected to analysis by experts at Kodak, who found it to be undoctored and untampered with. What does this photo show? Who knows? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the hand and the hand there and the body and the hand there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really creepy. Just like I don't know what the hell's going on for these spirits like this, but man, that seems like a twisted existence, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even look peaceful.
They look like they're going up the stairs like they're drunk.
Yeah, exactly. It's like bar rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Bar rush at the bathhouse or something. Crazy. It says moving on to later years, we have a fairly controversial ghost photo taken by paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren in 1976. At the time, they had been investigating the famous Amityville house, where they had once been a family called the DeFeos, who had all been murdered by one of the children. The Warrens claimed that they had set up infrared cameras to take sporadic pictures all night, and one of these photos picked up what is claimed to be the ghost of 9-year-old murder victim John DeFeo, standing by an upstairs railing. The Warrens have been insisted have insisted that there was no one in the house except them at the time. But of course, considering the whole Amityville horror story, it's been picked apart as a hoax in recent years as the photo is met with its share of raised eyebrows. Yet it still manages to be very creepy and much discussed. And there you go. That is really creepy. I don't know. That's horrible. Again, another horrible existence. Here's this is the Battle of LA.
Yep.
So although we have mostly been looking at ghost photographs so far here, there's also other various historical photos that move more into the realm of aliens and UFOs. By far the most famous of these is perhaps one taken on February 25th, 1942. In this evening, air raid sirens all over the city of Los Angeles, California, began blaring, followed by a fierce barrage of anti-aircraft fire. Considering that the United States had just entered World War II just months before, this was thought by the populace to be an enemy attack launched by the Japanese. Although officials would later claim that the Battle of Los Angeles had been the result of a false alarm and jumpy nerves, of course, conspiracy theorists have said that not only is this a cover-up, but it was not the Japanese at all, but rather UFOs. A very famous image used as evidence of this is one circulated in the news at the time, which purportedly shows spotlights converging on a UFO in the sky over Los Angeles, as tracer fire erupts everywhere. The image has been debated and discussed for years, and although accused of being touched up and hoaxed, still often gets placed on lists of iconic UFO images.
Like this one.
Just what is it that we're looking at here?
So an interesting thing, west coast of the United States during that time was being, they were finding balloon bombs that had come from Japan.
Oh.
And you can still find balloon bombs very, very rarely still in the Seattle area.
Wow, they just put them up on the jet stream and just said, go do work.
Yeah, they floated in as close as they could and then strapped these bombs to balloons and out they went,
Oh, jeez.
So, I'm wondering if that might have been, some bombs bursting in air, and they,
How
they
patriotic.
started to, open fire on them.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know. It's just one theory, one idea.
I've never heard that before now, but that's very interesting. I like that.
You didn't know about balloon bombs?
No, I didn't. I'm not the most historically gifted person. I am very challenged when it comes to old events. It says, besides UFOs themselves, there's also a well-known photo of the survivor of a supposed UFO attack. In 1967, Stephen Michalak was out on Falcon Lake in Canada when he claimed he had come across a UFO landed on the woods, which he approached only to be knocked down and badly burned in a strange pattern when it shot off into the sky. He would be hospitalized and exhibit symptoms consistent with radiation poisoning, and the source of the burns could never be determined. The photo shows Michalak in bed with his unidentified burns and injuries. Look at that. That's like a vent pattern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember hearing about this, what a deal. I wonder, in his eventual years, did he perish from cancer?
No, that's a good question. As a result of radiation poisoning or exposure at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What was his name again?
His name is Stefan Michalak.
Okay, hold on. So that's Stefan.
And then
Mich.
Alak.
Alak. Okay.
Yep. How did he perish eventually?
Oh, well.
Even more outlandish than any of these photos so far is one which has been for years buried away within the archives of NASA photos. In this case, the photograph in question is from the Apollo 17 moon landings in 1972 when astronauts Eugene A. Cernan, Harrison H. Schmitt, and Ronald E. Evans carried out their mission on the surface with the aid of a rover near a place called Geophone Rock. They took numerous photos of the moon's surface during their dangerous mission, and this particular photo was written off as an overexposed blank at the time, and it seemed to show nothing but a solid background, yet some curious photo enthusiasts cleared up the contrast and found that in reality the photo seemed to show what looks like a pyramid structure. This is immediately jumped on by some in the UFO community as proof of aliens on the moon, but the photograph has been subject to much scrutiny and accused of being simply an overexposed accidental shot of the rover itself, a compelling argument for which can be read here. Whatever it is, at least looks weird nevertheless. And there it is. There's the apparent pyramid structure that people are talking about. Huh. But maybe there's a part of the rover that would make sense of. And it's interesting to note that with the eras in which these photos were taken, photographs are still mostly seen as reliable evidence for what they showed. At least more so now than they are now. This was before the days when every supposed paranormal photograph was instantly decided or decried as fake or photoshopped. And before the age of digital photography, and it was a lot harder to convincingly tamper with or doctor physical photographic negatives. Pictures carried more weight, but nevertheless, there were still people willing to try hoaxes anyway, and they had plenty of other problems inherent to their technology, such as overexposures, double exposures, and in the end, whether any of these older paranormal photographs really show anything mysterious or not, they're still intriguing to think about, and interesting relics from a bygone age of photographing the strange. Bum, bum, bum. Brand Swanser. There you go. Excellent article.
Wow.
Excellent. What?
So I'm reading about Stefan
Michalak, yeah.
This is actually kind of interesting.
Okay.
This is from CBC.ca, Canadian News, Manitoba.
Okay.
It's Falcon Lake incident is Canada's best documented UFO case, even 50 years later.
Wow.
Son of the man involved in the famous Manitoba UFO case has written a book about the ongoing mystery.
Huh. Okay.
Stan Michalak can vividly remember when his dad came home sick and injured after something happened in Falcon Lake Woods in Manitoba on the May long weekend in 1967. It was something that put his family's life into upheaval and remains one of the world's best known UFO encounters.
Huh.
I recall seeing him in bed. He didn't look good at all. He looked pale, haggard, said Michalak, who was 9 years old at the time and was allowed to see his dad for a couple minutes on the day after what was soon to become known as the Falcon Lake incident. Then there was the smell. When I walked into the bedroom, there was a large stink in the room, like a real horrible aroma of sulfur and burnt motor.
Oh.
It was all around. It was coming out of his pores. It was bad, says Michalak, who co-authored the book when they appeared in Winnipeg UFO researcher Chris Rutkowski. The book will be launched on Saturday, 50th anniversary. I was very afraid. My dad had been injured and I didn't know anything about it, Michalak told CBC News, recalling that Saturday 50 years earlier. Within a couple of days, however, not only did he know more, not only did he know more, so did much of the public. The story about his dad being burned by a UFO ran in the Winnipeg Tribune newspaper, and that's when everything pretty much hit the fan. The encounter. Stefan Michalak was an industrial mechanic by trade and an amateur geologist who liked to venture into the wilderness around Falcon Lake, about 150 kilometers east of Winnipeg, to prospect for quartz and silver. He had staked some claims the prior year and set out on the May long weekend in 1967 to explore some more. Mm-hmm. On May 20th, 1967, Stefan was near a vein of quartz along the Precambrian shield in the area when the 51-year-old was startled by a gaggle of geese that erupted with clatterings and honks.
God, I don't think I've ever heard him referred to as a gaggle.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew that was something, but you never hear people say that.
According to his accounts, as reported in the newspapers at the time, and since repeated in books, magazines, and on TV shows like Unsolved Mysteries, Stefan looked up and saw two cigar-shaped objects with reddish glow hovering about 45 meters away. One descended, according to Stefan's account, landing on a flat section of rock and taking on more of a disc shape. The other remained in the air a few minutes before flying off. Believing to be a secret U.S. military experimental craft, Stefan sat back and sketched it over the next half hour. Then he decided to approach, later recalling the warm air and the smell of sulfur as he got closer, as well as a whirring sound of motors and hissing air. He also noted a door open on the side with bright lights inside. He said he heard voices muffled by the sounds from the craft. He said he called out, offering mechanical help to the Yankee boys if they need it. The voices went quiet but did not answer, so Stefan tried his native Polish, then in Russian, and finally in German. Only the whir and hiss of the craft responded. He claimed when he got closer and noted the smooth metal of the ship with no seams. He then looked into the bright doorway, pulling on welder's goggles he used to protect his eyes while chipping at rocks during prospecting. Inside, Stefan said he saw light beams and panels of various colors flashing, but could not see anyone or anything living inside. When he stepped away, 3 panels slid across the door opening and it sealed. He reached to touch the craft, which he said melted the fingertips of the gloves he was wearing.
Oh, geez.
The craft then began to turn counterclockwise, and Stefan said he noticed a panel that contained a grid of holes. Shortly afterward, he was struck in the chest by a blast of air or gas that pushed him backwards and had set his shirt and cap ablaze. He ripped away the burning garments as the craft lifted off and flew away. Disoriented and nauseous, Stefan stumbled through the forest and vomited. He eventually made his way back to his motel room in Falcon Lake and then caught a bus back to Winnipeg. Goodness, excuse me.
It's okay.
He was treated at the hospital for burns to his chest and stomach that later turned into raised sores in a grid-like pattern. And for weeks after, he suffered from diarrhea, headaches, blackouts, and weight loss. It just flipped our lives over. Once the story was out, the RCMP and the Air Force, the media, various government agencies, and hordes of gawky members of the public descended on Michalak's small River Heights bungalow in Winnipeg. That's who Michalak refers to in the title of the book. Those endless visitors and phone calls, the media and the people camping on their lawn, the people who would follow Michalak to school one day, peppering him with questions. It just flipped our lives over, he said. It took several years before it died down. After that, and until the day he died in 1999 at the age of 83, Stefan believed he never should have said a thing about it, Michalak said. But at the time, he felt it was his duty. He wanted others, if they were to see the same thing, to avoid it and not get hurt. In Poland, before Stefan moved his family to Canada, he was a military policeman with a set of moral guides that he lived by. That is, if something happened, it should be reported. In addition to constant probing from authorities, the family endured condemnation, and criticism by the public. Stefan's sanity was questioned, and Michalak was bullied in school. Though he wished he hadn't said anything, Stefan never backed away from the story either. He also never claimed to have seen aliens and still considers it a secret military craft. If you asked him what it was he saw, he would describe it in intimate detail, but he would never say, "Oh, it was definitely extraterrestrials," because there was no evidence to prove that, said Michalak. He might ask, "What do you think I saw?" But right up till the day he died, his story never changed, not one iota. Nothing about it or how he told it. And all those years since, with some 300 pages of documentation on the encounter, there's nothing so far that has flawed his story. So what do you think? I'm not so closed-minded that I can't entertain the possibility that it's otherworldly. I can't discount that. But without specific evidence to show me that it is, I don't know, Michalak said.
Wow.
What I can tell you is that I'm an avionics fanatic and a huge aviation buff. And I'm very familiar with how aviation technology has advanced in the last 50 years. And there was nothing even close to that in the works at the time. Intensely investigated. The case was investigated intensely by a number of levels of government, and the official conclusion, even from the United States Air Force, was that the case was unexplained, Rutkowski noted.
Wow.
The Falcon Lake incident is possibly Canada's best documented UFO case. It even beats Roswell, the alleged flying disc that landed in New Mexico in 1947. Landed. Said landed.
It landed. If landing means it hit Earth and stopped,
And
yes, it
gouged
landed.
miles of... Because the United States still doesn't recognize that anything happened in Roswell out of the ordinary.
That's interesting.
Items were later retrieved from the encounter site, including Stefan's glove and shirt and some of the tools, which were subjected to extensive analysis by the RCMP crime lab. No one could determine the cause of the burns.
Oof.
At the landing site was a circle of about 15 feet in diameter, devoid of moss and vegetation growing in other areas of the same rocky outcropping.
Yikes.
Soil samples, along with samples of the clothes, were tested and deemed highly radioactive. So were pieces of metal that were chipped out of the cracks in the rock about a year after the incident. The metal had somehow melted into the cracks.
Jeez.
Many of the items have long since been lost, of course,
Yes.
as they were transferred through various authorities and agencies. However, Rutkowski and Michalak still have one of the pieces of metal which remains radioactive.
Oh, nice.
Still sick in 1968 with reoccurrence of the burn showing up on his chest and suffering from blackouts, Stefan went to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Now here's what this, and you asked, well, what did he die from? And so that's where I started looking, and so I thought this was interesting. Doctors did a thorough investigation and even sent him to a psychiatrist who came back with the report that this fellow, who's very pragmatic, very down to earth, pardon the pun, and does not make up stories, Rutkowski said.
Wow.
If Dad hoaxed this, remember we're talking about a blue-collar industrial mechanic. If he hoaxed it, then he was a freaking genius. So there you go. That's the story.
So, Don,
Yes.
we have to do the next segment.
Oh,
The next segment, of course, ladies and gentlemen, will be the
geez.
paranormal quiz.
I didn't know it was that late already.
We're going to be doing, yeah, I know, me too. I just looked at what? How's that possible? The time just flew, but it's time for us to celebrate you guys, the listeners out there that are part of our journey and part of what we're doing. So we're going to give some lucky callers a chance to do some winning. So, Don, let's talk about what can they win.
Sure.
I want to make sure this is identified now because, you know, we try to be cost effective here in the portal if we can be. Let me pull up the site. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over to the main page.
Right.
And we are going to go over what is winnable, Don.
Well, okay.
All right.
So did you want to do like different levels, or did you just want to do just like?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
As long as it's which designs are.
Sure. So let's do that. So
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it over here. Okay.
So let's say the lucky winners will win. We've got the four major and a couple of the more minor, but the rocker, either the rocker style, the grays, the black-eyed children.
Where's the grays? Oh, grays are here.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the black-eyed children and the main pyramid.
And the main pyramid.
So those styles, yeah, I guess you could have the banner portal or the banner 2.
Okay.
Or there's the vintage, which is just the old Paranormal Portal logo.
That's not up here though, is it? That's
No,
down below.
It's not, yeah. I wonder why it's down there.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure exactly how far down, but there's a classic.
They could probably have the Paranormal Podcast one too.
Okay, so any of the classic tees.
The classic tees, yeah. The style is classic tee, but you can get pretty much any of the designs.
Okay,
That's fine.
So we're gonna do classic tee t-shirts. Classic tee right there. Not necessarily this one, but this. Not the pyramid one here though.
No,
because
they're
that's long.
short sleeves. Yeah.
So any of these that say classic tee under it, or this is long sleeve, so there's a short sleeve version of it.
Yeah.
Any of these that say classic tee are available for prizes. So here's the deal: we're going to call out a number, and the caller that calls that is that number has an opportunity to win one of the classic T-shirt designs from our Teespring site. So, if they win, whoever you are, you need to email paranormalportalradio@gmail.com and let us know which of the classic T-shirt designs you want.
And what size?
And what size, what color, what size. And we will get it to you as quickly as we can. Now, full disclosure, here's the grays is down here. That's woman's classic tee. That doesn't matter either, does it?
Well, we're just talking about the classic tee, the straight classic tee, not the women's classic.
Okay, so
not
this
the
is different.
willowy, billowy, slouchy tee. So
Okay, so just the classic tee. And any of the classic tee designs, if you see it say in smaller print, classic tee, that's the design. So you're gonna have to let us know which one. Here's the grays here. And once we know that with your size, we'll get it sent out to you as soon as we can. The turnaround on these is a little long, just so you know, because there's several other layers of. We don't have these pre-made. We don't have a closet or a garage full of these. So we got to order them, have them made. They come to us, and then we ship them to you. So there's a few legs of this journey, whereas, those of you who order direct will get your, if you order your direct, you just want to get a T-shirt or a gator or whatever, you can go right to our Teespring site and get it really much quicker. But we'll get it to you as quickly as we can. So that's going to be, somebody's already calling in.
Well, yeah.
I haven't.
But the first caller has to be Cha-Cha.
Oh, it does?
She has to call or else we don't play.
Oh, okay.
It's Cha. So it's all on Cha-Cha right now.
626, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Ruthie. It's not Cha-Cha.
Hi, Ruthie.
Hi, Ruthie. How you doing?
I beat Cha-Cha.
You did. Nice job.
Cha-Cha will never call in. She doesn't have enough. She's got too much chicken liver.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that our wonderful Ruthie has sent our newest addition to the Paranormal Portal studio, and she sits right up here.
Oh, you did.
The new mask.
You didn't even bother to show me.
I'm sorry, I've been
This
a
is
little
the
busy
first
since you
time I'm
got here.
seeing it.
All right, well, Don's seeing it now too.
Is
but
that a coconut head too?
no, it's wood.
It's wood.
Yep, it's wood. So it's a beautiful
Yeah,
mask.
it's authentic.
These creepy,
Yeah.
It
creepy.
is. So
head
thank you so much for that,
colored
Ruthie. That was awesome.
Wow.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. She's really awesome. She's authentic, and she's kind of happy where she's sitting there.
Oh, good. I'm hoping she
Yeah, you
is.
can see a big old grin on her face. It's like, I'm going to chew this
I
guy's
know.
head.
Yeah.
She
She was
was.
sitting in my kitchen for about 6 years, and she liked it. She would smell the food I was cooking. No, I'm just kidding.
Now I'm jealous.
Yeah. I think she's doing good, though. I hope you like her position in the studio.
Oh. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, no, she looks really happy. I'm so glad I sent her up to you.
Thank you so much.
I have so many, and I gave one to my daughter, and now one to you.
Oh, thank you
And,
so much.
Yeah, I'm glad she's up there.
Yeah. So you all set for the holidays?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome that you sent her up here. I appreciate it so much. And she looks beautiful here.
Just over your shoulder.
Oh, good. Yeah, she's got vibrant colors, right? Especially the reds. Oh.
Yeah, she looks great. She's looking over my shoulder, keeping me safe. So that's good. But was there anything else that was on your mind? I kind of jumped right to that, but was there anything else you wanted to talk
Oh no,
about?
just wanted to call to wish you a Merry Christmas and stay warm and well. Southern California, we're having these weird, deep, foggy evenings and mornings. It's been kind of chilly, kind of a strange fog.
That's cool.
But no snow. We don't even get snow anymore hardly on the mountains. But yeah.
Sounds like a great place to live.
Yeah.
Actually, we've had a real mild
It
winter
is.
here. We've had a great winter here. We haven't had we had snow. We had like 8 inches, but it's all since melted off, and we've gotten an inch or two here and there, but it's all melted down.
It snowed like 4 times and stayed for like 2 days each.
I know, it's been
It's
perfect.
horrible.
Horrible. Come on.
Wow.
Oh,
It's been like a bad fall.
Everything. Do you think it gets slushy when it melts that fast?
Yes.
it does for a little bit, but it melts off so quick. It's just like it's just gone before you know it. So this is perfect kind of winter as far as I'm concerned. So if I got to be up here in the snow zone, this is good.
The snow zone.
Oh, because you guys look so cold tonight. You're all bundled up.
Yeah, actually.
Your hats and your sweaters.
Well,
Well, I'll let you go and have a good holiday.
Happy holidays to you.
I will call back soon.
all right, we'll be here waiting
Awesome.
for you. Thank you again so much. We love you, and have a wonderful holiday, you and the family.
Yes, you too. Stay safe.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you, Ruthie.
Awesome.
That's Ruthie.
Awesome.
All right. So, I guess without further ado, right, Don?
Right. I guess we should get some callers on the line.
Okay, so why don't we decide a number first before people start calling? Don't start calling yet. Caller number what, Don?
Caller number. Hold on. Let me get my random number generator.
Just do 1 through 5, though. I don't want to take 10 minutes for people to be able to connect.
Yeah, no doubt. So 1 through 5. Caller number 1.
Caller number 1. Whoever calls in first gets the chance to win the first T-shirt by answering some.
720-923-0500.
720-923-0500 is the number. It's on your screen right under the words Paranormal Portal on the top. But call in now. Caller number 1 if you want a chance to win.
Can't believe nobody's called in yet.
Wow.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Oh, there's a call. Yay! All right, let's get to the call. This is area code 913. You are on the air with us. Who is this?
It's Aussie Tiger.
Aussie Tiger. How'd you manage that? You're going to make me ship something to Australia? All right. Fair is fair, sir. Fair is fair. You ready to take a quiz?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to do ghost trivia quiz, is what I got pulled up here so far. So I hope you know your ghosty stuff. And I got to tell you, some of these questions I don't even know. But don't worry, because we're going to give you all kinds of options to win. So are you ready for that?
Oh, ghosties? Yeah, let's bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay, question number 1. You got to do 3 questions. So question number 1, sir. Often seen in a cemetery, what is a kalbar? Kalbar. Is it A, a dog? Is it B, a horse? Is it C, a monkey? Or D, a cat?
I'm going to go cat.
Okay, I would encourage you not to go with cat.
Go with the other one.
My intuition is telling me no, it's not a cat. In fact,
Really, a dog?
oh, right.
Yeah,
Yay.
dog, yay.
All right, question number 1. Good job. It is in fact a dog. So we got that under your belts.
Wow.
I can pull down the volume a little bit.
Every cemetery I've been to, all I've seen are cats, not dogs.
Huh?
Well, that's not a kalbar. So if you see that, it's just a cat. If it's a dog, it's a kalbar.
Or it's a flirkin.
Flirkin. What's that flirkin cat doing here?
Could be my dog.
So it says dog. Kalbar was a Great Dane that belonged to Rudolph Valentino. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Next question. This is Ghost Trivia Quiz. It says part of... Are you ready? I'm getting some feedback there. Are you all
Yeah.
ready? Okay. Part of a ghost hunter's gear, what do EMFs do? A, measure change in pressure. B, measure electrically charged objects. C, measure change in the light spectrum. Or D, measure change in temperature. So is it measuring pressure, electrically charged objects, light, or temperature?
Well, there's some EMF detectors that can detect all of them, but it's actually the energy in the air that it's...
It measures
Detecting
electrically
the
charged
electricity in the air.
objects. That's right.
electric, yeah.
All right, you are absolutely correct. So moving to 2 out of 2, brother. You're pretty good at this. You're doing really well. All right, question number 3. It says, I have no idea. All right, it says, which band recorded the Ghost song on their album An American Prayer in 1978, 7 years after their singer's death, Jim Morrison? Is it A, Jefferson Airplane, B, Deep Purple, C, Pink Floyd, or D, The Doors? Doors.
Oh, bloody hell. All before my time.
Right. Well, you know what they say, when in doubt, just pick D.
Oh.
Just go for D.
I would go for D, The Doors.
Damn doors.
He says Doors.
Yeah, Dave.
Yay!
All right, he is absolutely right. It is The Doors. All right, so you have correctly answered 3 questions, sir, and
3
now
out of 3. That's awesome.
and you will probably by sometime around July be the proud owner of a T-shirt. Because not only do we have to order it, then we have to resend it, and I don't know what the postal rate is, but I'm going to probably strap mine to the back of a seal and see how it does getting over there to you. I think that's about what I can afford, but yeah. So just go over to the Teespring site, Aussie, and pick out one of the classic T designs. Okay, brother?
Yep.
All right, brother. Congratulations.
Yay!
I will
Thank-
do after the show.
All right, so we'll talk to you, but email me your choice at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, and we'll get that to you. But thanks for playing, brother.
Right.
All right,
All right, cool.
cool.
No worries.
Okay, so moving along. All right, 1 player, 1 winner. That's a good 100% to me.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
All right,
How about call number 3? Load it up. Load up the phones. Come on.
caller
Dial in.
number 3,
720-923-0500.
720
Come on. Number 3.
923
Come on.
0500.
God, I think you guys would want free gear. Come on. Call. Don't be chicken cha.
Don't be chicken cha.
Don't be the cha-cha chicken. No, there
There's
is not
caller
an
one.
18-plus section.
Oh my God. Caller 2.
2. One more. Come on.
We need one
We
more
can do
caller.
it. One more.
Who is calling for number 3? Now, if you've already won, please don't participate. But, just to put that out there, because we want everybody to get a chance to win eventually. Caller number 3, one more call, and you will be taking the quiz. Who is brave enough to get it? Oh, there it is. Coming from area code 517. You are on the air.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Can hear you. Who are we talking to tonight? First name.
Oh, this is Les.
Les.
Oh,
How you doing,
okay,
Les?
cool.
You didn't win before, did you? Did you win a
not
T-shirt?
bad.
No.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, you are in position to be the proud owner of a brand new Paranormal Portal T-shirt. And if you correctly answer 3 questions. Are you ready?
Okay, sure.
All right, here we go, folks. Welcome, Les. Let's see what you can do. Okay. So, your question number 1 is, what is a langsuir? And it's Langsuir. Is it a wild beast ghost? B, a shade that haunts water holes? C, a child ghost? Or D, the ghost of a woman who died in childbirth? D. Sorry. D. D.
Well,
When in doubt, always go
don't-
for the one that normally says all of the above, which is usually D.
all right, so I'll go with the D then.
D's!
And
Taking the
people can put
D!
their comments in the
Well done, sir.
section.
It is the ghost of a woman who died in childbirth. That's a langsuir.
Langsuir.
Langsuir. I'm learning a lot as I do this too. Oh.
So question 1 down. Correct.
1 out of 1, sir. You are off to a great start. 2 questions remaining to make you the proud owner of a brand new shirt. All right. Second question. What was ailing people on the ship in the 1980 movie The Fog? And answer A is, they had the plague. B, they were lepers. C, they had been infected with a nerve gas. Or D, they had scarlet fever. Were they lepers? Did they have the plague? Were they infected with nerve gas or had scarlet fever? Hey, Don, didn't you like that song by Def Leppard that we listened to earlier? I love that song. Brought me way back.
Def Leppard. Is it because his ears fell off? Is that what Joe's problem was?
So,
They had leprosy.
yes, you are absolutely correct. Woo, all right.
Woo-hoo!
Two questions. 2 for 2. You're doing great. You are doing fantastic. So, here we're going into the bonus round, number 3. And this could be for all the bucket of chicken, brother.
The whole bucket of chicken.
The whole bucket of chicken, not just
It
the
may
wings.
or may not be cooked. We don't know.
All right, so this question is, what kind of ghost is a Pontianak? Pontianak. Pontianak. And it says A, a simple orb, B, a war ghost, C, a kind of poltergeist, or D, a vampire. Did you ever see that movie, Don? Interview with a
Yeah, I thought
What
it was
was that?
interview of a.
with the vampire?
Okay, this is. It's going to be really weird, but I'm going to go with the answer D again.
Woo! You are, man.
He's on a roll.
I swear, has he seen the answers? What's going on here?
He's probably hacked your computer and he's screen sharing.
You are absolutely correct, sir. 3 out of 3. You're the brand new winner of a classic tee design from our Teespring site. So again, head over to the Teespring site. The link is in the description of the show. Look through all the t-shirt designs. If it says classic tee under it, if you like one of those, give us your color of the shirt you want, the size you need, and we'll get it to you, brother. And give me your address, of course.
Oh yeah,
too.
addresses. Always need addresses.
Addresses are important. So, thank you for playing, brother.
All right, thanks.
All right, have a great night.
Wow. There you go.
You too, guys. Bye.
Okay.
There you go. So we we just got a bunch of people who just know their stuff.
They are just on the
They're
ball.
just- wow.
It's incredible. It is
Wow.
incredible. All right, we got a couple other calls on the horn here. What's going on?
Well, you know what? Just pick one and we'll go with it.
No. We got to give everybody a shot. We got to give everybody a shot. So those of you that are on hold, I guess we can just go over to you and just see if you had something you wanted to say. This area code 425. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Aiden calling from Western Washington.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Welcome to the show. What's going on tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, it's a great show. Got
Oh.
missed the first half, but I just got off work. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to do some quizzes, huh? I'm ready.
Oh, no. You got to wait to be you have to be the correct caller. So I just see you were hanging on the line there. So I was just calling opening your line just to see if you had something that you just wanted to say. But in order to
okay.
so just be the right
No,
caller.
I thought it was like for the quiz.
Oh, no. Well, you could be. Just be ready. You already got the number in your phone. So we'll announce what number call, and we'll see if you are the correct one. All right, brother?
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Don,
Yes.
between numbers 1 and 5,
1 and 5. 1 and 5.
what caller number?
Caller number. Go. Thank you. 5.
Caller number 5. Can we get 5 calls? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. The 5th caller will be taking the opportunity to win and make it 3 for 3 winners in one night. Right now we're 2 for 2. There's call 1. We got 1.
Cha-Cha says the number is D. It's actually 270-720. It's actually 720-923-0500. And if you don't know that by now,
You're not paying attention.
you're just not paying
It's
attention.
right on your YouTube screen. There's caller 2. We got 2 calls so far. Looking for a 5th.
A 5. 3 more.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a 5th caller.
Come on,
It's going to take a
people.
while. Nobody
Answer
wants
the
a
phone.
free shirt.
Nobody wants to talk to me. That's
Nobody.
the problem. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Continuing on.
The number is lion, pig, monkey, chick, frog, duck, unicorn, or is that a horse? Owl. There you go.
Need some more calls, guys. If you want to win a shirt, you got to give it a try.
Ethan's up
These
for
things
grabs.
aren't going to win themselves.
Kai says her feet are tingling. She's
Her
so
feet?
excited.
I need 3 more callers. Still got 2. I got 2 on the line so far. I'm going to pick from one of those in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. One or 2, Don?
2.
2. Caller 2. All right. Don picked number 2. And this is area code 509. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
How you doing? You're on
You
the
hear me?
air. Yes, we can. Who are
Pretty
you?
good.
Who am I talking to?
This is Roger. In chat, it's R Solemn.
Oh, hey, Roger. Welcome to the show. And you ready to take a shot at the title to be a proud owner of a new Paranormal Portal t-shirt?
Sure, why not?
All right. Let's see how you do. Okay. Your first question has to do with ghosts. Who's, this is kind of tough. I don't know. I certainly don't know it right up front, but I will pretty soon. It says, whose ghost might you come across in room 928 of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel? Is it A, Fred Astaire? Is it B, Bing Crosby? Is it C, Will Rogers? Or is it D, Montgomery Cliff?
Not too familiar with ends, I guess.
D. D.
Always follow Cha-Cha's advice. Always follow Cha-Cha's advice. Somehow
All right,
she
I'll
always
answer
knows.
D. I heard a ghost in the morning. I guess I'll have to go with that.
All right, you are absolutely correct. The ghost in question is Montgomery Cliff that haunts room 928 of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel.
So wait a minute. Like, most of these answers literally have been D.
I know, it's really crazy.
Wow.
Like Cha-Cha would have aced this.
Too bad she didn't call.
Yeah, you got to call to win. But in the classic 1990 movie, The Ghost, what was Sam's occupation? Was he A, a football player? No. B, a doctor? C, journalist? Or D, banker? So what was Sam's job?
The ghost sounded D, so I guess I'll go D.
You're absolutely correct. Yep, it is D. He was a banker.
What the hell?
It's not only the correct answer most of the night, but it's actually my average grade in high school. Which is awesome. All right. Okay, now we're moving along. This is your last of 3 questions here so far. 2 for 2. Number 3.
Oh, boy.
Third question is, who is said to haunt the Kremlin? Comrade. Is it Ivan the Terrible? Is it Catherine the Great? Or is it Stalin or Rasputin? I know what I would guess. Let's see if I'd be right. No, I wouldn't have been right.
I heard the voice again. I guess D.
Don't
I
listen to
D.
that voice. That voice is absolutely
That's the
dumb.
voice of a liar.
Fibs. It's all
Is
fibs.
that a trick?
That is a liar. That is a wrong answer. So what was your
I
guess?
guess I go with A now.
I would go with A too. Wow.
Yay!
It is Ivan the Terrible.
He gets 2 D's and an A.
Yes, it is. So you are now capable of owning a Paranormal Portal t-shirt of your very own. Go to the Teespring site in the description. Look for any of the t-shirts that have Classic T design. The underneath the actual name, they have Classic T as the type of shirt. And pick out the one you like, give us a color, give us your size, and give us your name and address. And we'll get it sent out to you as quickly as we can.
Sounds good. So just clarify the address,
Your
the
address.
size, color, and that. Just those 3 things to the email?
Yep.
Yeah, the size, the design, and your address to send it to.
Oh,
Size,
yes.
address,
The
and
design.
design.
And give me the subject matter. All you winners tonight, give me the subject matter, name of T-shirt winner. That'll help me a bunch.
Yep.
So, T-shirt winner, your size,
Good luck.
the color, but make sure it's a Classic T design, and we'll definitely get it straightened out and sent to you. All righty. Thanks for playing, brother.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Have
All
a good day.
There you
You
go. 3 winners. Woohoo!
3 for 3.
Yay!
That was a fantastic round of fun, wasn't it,
It
Don?
was very awesome.
That was
Wow, is somebody selling a haunted dollhouse? This looks like a haunted dollhouse. They want $50 for it. Or $30. They want $30 for this haunted dollhouse.
How come it looks haunted?
Because it looks haunted.
Like it looks like it's
It's
dilapidated.
like maybe Ken had a rough night with Barbie and just decided.
Oh yeah, he went all.
He did the whole psycho thing on
Yeah.
her shower curtain and all.
Yep, absolutely. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. We gave away 3 shirts based upon the smart and intelligent answers of our audience. You guys are on the ball. It's pretty crazy, but I had fun. Don, did you have fun?
It was awesome. Yes, it was awesome fun.
All right. Caller number 1 gets a sticker. Who's caller number 1? Wow,
Oh,
it
you just
popped
giving
up.
away? You just giving away a sticker now?
Yep, we're giving away
Wow,
a sticker.
gosh,
And right there, the call came
Wow,
through.
there you go.
Area code 407, you are now the proud owner of a Paranormal Portal sticker that we will send to you if you email me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com.
But who is this?
Who is it?
Hello, this is Stephanie. How you guys doing?
Good, Stephanie. You just won a sticker. Perfect timing.
Just because.
Yeah. Just because.
Just because. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you will just email me your name and address and we'll get one over to you as quickly as we can, okay?
Oh, and that address is paranormalportalradio@gmail.com.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you,
Christmas to you.
Stephanie.
Thank
you so
you.
much. Have a great night.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Awesome.
That was just perfect. Man, she must have been right on that speed dial because it was like, poof, it was there. Wow. There you go, folks. I don't know, Don. How you feeling?
Actually, I'm kind of ready to go home.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Don has a hard time giving away shirts.
Don has a hard time giving away things. That's true.
Oh, well, it's
But you know what the Red Hot Chili Peppers say? Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
They sure do.
Yeah. Here, let's do that one twice.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed your journey tonight on the Paranormal Portal. It's been our holiday fun fest. It's not what I called it, but it's what I'm calling it now because I can't remember what I called it. It's a paranormal.
More like a slugfest. Paranormal Holiday Fest and more.
And more. So
There
you
you
got the
go.
more, and we did some quizzes. That was fun. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who tried to get in and called. We appreciate it a bunch. We love you a bunch, and we hope you all have an amazing holiday. I, of course, will be back tomorrow with the Night Terrors, a nice Christmas Eve Night Terrors. So I hope you'll join me then for an hour or whatever we end up doing. But I just want to say very sincerely, heartfelt sincerity. Good God. Okay.
What?
I just had it on that other screen for so long. With all sincerity, thank you guys. We really and truly owe everything that the show is to you guys. And thank you all so much for being a part of our journey and being a part of what we're doing. I know I say it sometimes a lot, but it doesn't mean that it's any less genuine. I really adore coming in here and doing these shows with you all and having an opportunity to spend time with you all. And I'm so honored that you guys show up repeatedly and listen to what I have to say because I'm still floored by that. It's like, wow, they really listen to me. But thank you so much for the gift that you guys have given us in the way of supporting and helping to
All the
spread
way
the word.
through the year, yeah.
Yeah, for many years now. Many of you have been around, and we really appreciate that. And it really means everything. So thank you guys so much. And our very heartfelt love goes out to you guys, and hope you have a wonderful holiday. Don, anything?
Happy holidays. Happy Yule. Whatever you want to
Happy
say.
Yule, whatever
Merry
you
Christmas.
worship. Yeah, exactly. So
There you go.
there we go.
Cha-Cha says she was calling in, but her lying button got... Oh, lion. She said lion button got stuck, not the lying button. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Well,
there's Justin. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
So, yeah, thank you. We do appreciate you all the way through the year, but we just want to let you know now. We appreciate you right now.
So I'm telling you, guys, right now, I'll be here tomorrow night for the Night terrors, we'll do that. But Friday, I'm going to take off. I'm going to just lay low.
You mean on Christmas? You're not
on
going to do a
Christmas.
show on Christmas?
You know,
Wow.
there's always the possibility I might show up and do something.
Self-care.
But
self-care.
yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to just kind of kick back and put my feet up and just call it a day. But I may be here. Keep your eyes open. But if you want to make sure you know when we're doing shows, then make sure you're subscribed and you've clicked the notification bell. That's your best opportunity. Where the hell is my mouse? There it is. That's your best opportunity. Yeah, it is now. I had to find it. It was somewhere else on the whole spread of screens. But make sure that you're subscribed. And if you're not already subscribed, please get subscribed. We'd love to have you be a part of everything we're doing. And we do these giveaways once in a while. I'd love to do them every show, but, it's just not fiscally possible. But we do them as often as we can because it's our way of saying thank you and getting a chance to engage with you guys and have a few laughs. So,
Cha-Cha really needs to stop. Hush, Cha-Cha, hush.
I can't even reread that. Thank you for that. Oh, my God. She's even going, somebody flushed the drain over there, didn't they?
I think she just went down.
She's circling. All right, so that's all we got for you. Anubis is Brent's mouse. Anubis eats my mice whenever we have them. He's really good. He's a good mouser. So, and he, for Christmas, got a bed. And I swear, we got him a little bed. And this cat loves his bed. He is so freaking happy because, like, every night this cat goes crazy when he wants his. Every night I give him a can of, the moist food, the canned food or whatever. And it's like tongue crack to him. He goes crazy. He got his bed yesterday and he went in it and slept in it and got up and just would go get a drink and a couple bites of his normal food and then went back to his bed. He's been in there for about 24 hours now. He's just loving it. I'm just blown away. I've never seen a cat love something so much, but he loves his bed. So
wow.
He doesn't even hang out with me down here anymore. He's always upstairs in his bed. It's really cute, but he loves his bed. So there you go, folks. But he got his Christmas present a little early. You can't make a cat wait. That's not fair. And if you notice the promotional tag I used for the show tonight, it's a cat Christmas tree.
It's a cat tree.
It's in the Anubis tree. So they look like Anubis, so I thought it was cute. But anyway, all I got to say is love you guys. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other, help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can, especially now. We need some laughter and we need some love, and be good to each other, and make sure you slow down and enjoy yourselves in this holiday season. So we'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow night. Don will be back on Saturday night with me, and we'll see what else we can tear up then. So love you guys. Have a great night, and see ya.
Good night.
Let's go out to a round of applause. What do you say, Don?
Sure.
All right. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys.